serving up a warm dish of the Triads culinary fare, here's your weekly helping of food, news, and views. This is The Man Who Ate the Town.
Hey folks, and welcome to episode 69
Hey.
of the Man Who Ate the Town podcast. This is for the week of April the 3rd through the 9th, 2018. My name is Tim Beeman.
And I'm Kelly Bone.
And we're opening the recipe box. We're recording this episode of the Man Who Ate the Town at Test Pattern Studios. Test Pattern is located at 701 North Trade Street in the Historic Arts District of downtown Winston-Salem. Check out their Facebook page, which is at Test Pattern Bar on Facebook, to see what's going on over there. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How was your Easter?
It was good. I went, so it's
Zombie Jesus
Day. I went to, there's a tradition that a couple of my friends and I have, and it's basically going over to our friend's house and lighting the first fire of spring. So she saves like all the branches and her old Christmas wreaths and stuff like that. And let me tell you, pine, when it's dry, is amazing to go up in flames. And then sporadically we went to our other friend's house and lit another fire at her house, but she lives next door to my I'm not a fan of, the ex-fiance, so I haven't been to her house in a long time just because I don't really feel like seeing him. Yeah. And I just, got to that point where I was like, I don't give a fuck. That little fat something or other can just screw off, and we had a really good time. So we basically lit 2 fires that night, which was pretty exciting, and cheers to the moon, because the moon was beautiful that night. We did have delicious ham dinner and asparagus, but I like asparagus. But it was fun. It's nice. I don't know. It's nice. It was just us friends, and we listened to fun music and sang and danced and played under the moon. So how was your Easter?
It was good. My sister and brother-in-law cooked at my mother's house, basically on a grill, and I made this green bean, tomato, garlic, and mint dish, and the deviled eggs that I am in charge of for the family. And I made my own salad dressing, a balsamic vinaigrette, basically, that was also with toasted sesame seed oil.
Oh, that sounds good.
And African honey.
Ooh.
From Zambia, and a little bit of clove. So yeah, it went over really well.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I did try a new beer. It's not new and it's not local, but it's imported from Germany, and it's a grapefruit Hefeweizen. I was very impressed. I was like, this tastes like juice. Now, alcohol percentage is nothing on it, but because it's usually what those Hefeweizen.
Is it a Radler?
No, it was, I don't even know.
It was a Hefeweizen, okay.
Yeah, it was just a Hefeweizen, but
Where did you have this?
I bought it from Lowe's, because Lowe's is right next to her house. She lives near, like, Robin Hood.
Okay. Is that where the beer growler is?
Huh?
Close to where the beer growler is.
Yeah. So we just went and picked, like, I think David got, like, a Lagunitas something IPA, and then everybody else drinks IPAs there, and I'm the only jerk that's like, I don't like IPAs.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I hate IPAs.
I don't hate them, but I prefer not to drink them.
They're just like, but they take over the flavor of everything.
Yeah.
And they're just like smack you in the mouth.
They're somewhat offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, just hit you right in the back of the throat, and not in the good way.
Yeah. That's right. It's the throat punch.
Yeah.
I couldn't have that one because I can't have anything grapefruit.
I forget. I'll just drink all the grapefruit for you and just tell you how it is.
All right, you do that. Well, something happened cool this week. We actually got an email from a listener who wanted to...
Correction. Tim got the email.
That's right. It was... I got the email, and I even responded to everything, but I never got anything back that said it was returned.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
It's going to somebody in Russia or something.
Well, it didn't have the .com on it. It just said Kelly at the Man Who Ate the Town.
I appreciate the effort. I'm very excited to hear about this.
So our listener John P sent us an email. He says, "Hi Tim and Kelly. I really enjoy listening to the podcast and everything, and learning about what is going on in town. I have a few things that I would like you to investigate if you had the time. And I had time. So, the first thing is, when does the new Canteen Market and Bistro plan to open? And that's what's going on at where the Community Arts Cafe was, where the Cat's Corner was. Claire Calvin and Eric Swaim are the ones doing that. I talked to Claire Calvin this morning.
Nice.
She was sitting on the beach reading a book and I think having an adult beverage. And
you can invite us to the beach anytime, Clara.
So she was nice enough to answer my questions anyway. So the answer, she says, Canteen is expected to open mid to late summer.
Okay.
And that's just a target date. Anytime you have restaurants with a target date, that's all it is a target date, because anything can change.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. The inspections could go wrong.
Yeah.
Anything. So mid to late summer is their projection. It'd probably be available to look around sooner than that.
Yeah.
But they've been pushing back dates a lot because it's taking longer to redo the inside of that building.
I mean, it's huge.
Oh yeah, and they've completely redone the inside.
Yeah,
now
they
that's
gutted
not
the
necessarily Claire and Eric. I'm not sure if it is or isn't. It could be the chamber, because that's who I believe owns the building, or owns the lease of the building.
Yeah.
So I don't know who's doing that, but they did have to do a lot of stuff in there. So answer to that one is mid to late summer, hopefully.
Well, I mean, it was not used for a very long time.
Yeah.
So you can imagine just all that stuff just sitting and sitting and sitting. So
Yeah.
I know these two, and these two are really good at businesses, and I'm pretty sure they're going to make sure everything is tip top before they open it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Number 2 was, when does the new Penny Path Cafe in Renolda Village plan to open? So I talked to Miro at Penny Path via Instant Messenger, and he said that they are wide open, getting everything ready before May.
Oh, okay. So
Now, when I asked him about an opening target date, he said he didn't know right now,
okay.
but that he would let me know in the next few weeks.
So he's probably trying to open to make that summer rush.
Sure.
Kind of. Because Winston is weird, and Winston has like June. June is okay. July sucks for businesses around here. And then August is just
Forget about it.
forget about it because everybody's coming back into town. So July is usually in Winston, what I've noticed with every local business is July is a little slow because that's when everybody goes out of town.
Yeah,
that's when
vacation.
everybody goes to the beach and everything. So, but to be open for summer, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, so I will be contacting him. He said he would love to talk to me in a couple of weeks about everything, but right now he's just really busy trying to get everything straightened out. So we're looking at May or June for that, as again a target date. Third question was, when does the new Waldo's Wings downtown plan to open?
Very good question because they have paper up on the windows. I don't know what they're doing
I
inside.
talked to Daniel Varga, who is, I guess, their marketing person, via email, and he wants to talk to me in person. Daniel's at the whole Mama Zoe family of restaurants, which includes Mama Zoe, Michael's on Renolda, Waldo's Wings, and Chin Chin. And so on. I talked to him again via email. He said that they were eyeing a 6-month window.
Okay.
That it should be ready to open within that time. This is my only guess, but this is only my guess, but I believe they're going to do some stuff in there to really make over the old space. And that's going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
If Chin Chin is any indication, they don't do anything half-assed over there.
No, it's going to be beautiful.
So it'll probably be a big undertaking, but that should be good.
So do you think that they're like moving the kitchen around?
I don't know.
See, that's the problem is they've got the paper over the windows so nobody can really see what they're doing on the inside. And a lot of it was really, really well done, like especially that new side that was added on. But it matched the vibe that was going on with the other side. So maybe they're changing the layout a little bit to make it more appealing.
and warmer.
Yeah.
I think it was very cold looking
Yeah.
with the way it was.
It
with
was
Skippy.
barren. It was barren.
Yeah. It was minimalist.
Yeah.
Very much minimalist.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going on with Waldo's Wings is we don't really know, but they said within 6 months is their target because they are, again, trying to fix the thing up.
Yeah.
And the fourth one was, will Alma Mexicana ever think about opening for lunch and or brunch on the weekend? Also, Alma is owned by Claire Calvin.
Mm-hmm.
So she said that they probably will open in the afternoons on those weekends in the fall. The problem has been who will actually be in that neighborhood to sustain a full lunch or brunch.
That's true.
They get a good lunch crowd from businesses, but businesses aren't open necessarily on the weekends.
weekends, yeah.
And there's a lot of places for brunch and lunch around here.
Yeah.
Also, at the porch, people come in there on Saturdays wishing they can get brunch. They only do lunch on Saturdays. Also, at the porch, they come in on Sundays wishing they could have lunch.
Yeah.
But they only do brunch there. And there's a big thing, from working in restaurants like that, to change over from a lunch to brunch menu. It's not easy.
No.
It's not just a simple, okay, I'll just crack a couple eggs here. That's not.
Well, you've seen me carrying waffle irons the night before a brunch to set up for that brunch for the
Yeah.
next day.
Yeah.
So a lot of these places, guys, that you have to understand that do a brunch once a week, it's hard. Like sometimes their kitchen is just too small because you have to have different tools and different things to poach eggs. You have to have different things to make waffles. You have to have different things to make pancakes. You have to have different things for brunch versus like lunch where it's just a grill, fryers. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's really difficult. So I'm not saying asking for a brunch is impossible, but just understand when a place doesn't do it, it's probably because they can't facilitate it because it is really hard. And poaching eggs is a science.
Yeah.
Is a massive science. If you don't have the right amount of vinegar to water ratio, I've seen a lot of great chefs just in the moment like can pump it out, and then if their water ratio messes up in the middle of like just tickets hanging, I've seen them just like not freak out, but definitely like get really frustrated because they'll drop their eggs and their eggs will break and they don't know why they're breaking. So it's not even a skill thing. It's that ratio and it's the science and everything. It's not easy.
And having someone have to stand there watching.
Yeah. That you can't have somebody running the expo and trying to do the eggs at the same time, especially when that starts to happen with your eggs. It's hard. Yeah. It's really hard.
So it's a delicate line, is what we're saying there. And also, let me ask the readers and listeners, what would you be more likely to enjoy at Alma if they were going to do one or the other? And Claire asked me to ask this. So what would the people who would potentially go there be more likely to want on, let's say, a Saturday or a Sunday or both?
Yeah.
Lunch or brunch.
Yeah.
So send us an email or talk to us on Facebook or whatever. I believe I'm probably going to post it on the Facebook page too.
Maybe like a poll. Yeah, that'd be fun.
And see what happens.
We should make a bet.
We should. We'll do that off there.
Okay.
But
we'll let you guys know who won after the poll goes up.
And then he goes on to say again that he really enjoys listening to us. So thank you for actually reaching out.
Yeah.
It was fun to do some research, and
we would like to do this more often. Tim and I were talking beforehand, and we were just like, it would be awesome if we had like Q&A or like what you guys want us to talk about. Like that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We're not here to just talk to each other. Trust.
Yeah, we enjoy talking with each other, but we want this to be informative and entertaining.
Yeah, and interactive.
And interactive.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not Kelly's and my show. This is The Man Who Ate the town being Winston-Salem and the surrounding areas even.
Yeah.
So we're here for the listeners. We do it because it's fun, but we're here for the listeners.
Yep.
And Kelly, did you know that there finally is a ramen restaurant that's going to open here in Winston.
Y'all, Tim texted me this week and told me this because I've been complaining about it. I'm like, ramen. We need a ramen place. And if y'all have never eaten at a real ramen shop, it is mind-blowing. It is not the sodium-packed ramen packets put into a bowl to make look fancy. It's awesome, and I'm super excited. I'm excited to see their menu, and I'm wondering if they're going to do, like, soup dumplings and stuff like that. I don't know, because it's brand new. Like,
Yeah. Well, I don't know that they've opened yet, but it's a little off the beaten path. But isn't ramen a little off the beaten path?
yeah, it is.
I talked to Josh Trussler from, if Josh, forgive me if I messed this up, but Shokunin Ramen. I talked to him via email, and we're going to have him on the show to talk about the concept soon. He's very receptive to that, and we just want to give him all the props we can.
Yes.
He did say, his quote was, "I was raised in Winston, and the food scene definitely needs a kick in the pants.
Yes.
We really want to start bringing some niche options prepared by people who genuinely want to make good food."
Me and him go be best friends.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It sounds promising.
Yeah, we all go be best friends if he says that, because I think you and I have pretty much said that thing in a nicer way. Like, it's always Southern something. Stop with the Southern something. We are below the Bible Belt. We are always Southern.
Yeah.
Or it's like there'll be word of something niche coming in, and then all of a sudden, whoever's the head chef, whether they're from here or not, will go, nope, and do something that everybody else is doing. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
That's not niche.
No. You can, I believe, even if you're off the beaten path, you can successfully do something niche in this town if you do it correctly and if you pair with the community. That's what I believe. I've worked at plenty of establishments that have done niche-y type things, and it's worked. Yeah. And I am with an establishment that does niche-y type things, and it works. You know? So it's just like, I'm glad that someone is growing a pair and doing it.
Of course. And the restaurant is located at 101 North Chestnut Street. I believe that's in the Albert Hall. If it's not Albert, it's Victoria. But Albert sounds closer. Right. The only way that we're going to move on from the center of downtown is to have stuff in the off of downtown center locations. So I say, bring it.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it, though, because it's not all of the outskirts of downtown. It's not like an hour away.
No. And it's ramen.
Yeah.
So it's like Mayway dumplings over there in Renolda Village.
Mayway is amazing.
It is. And people are going to go over there, even though it might be out of the way, because that's the only place you're going to get those.
Yeah. Mayway has steamed buns. Have you had a steamed bun before?
I don't think so.
So I've made them before in like a cooking class with Whole Foods when I was on the marketing team. They're not easy to make. You have to have the right dough, but basically like you take like stuffing, which not stuffing, okay?
Not stovetop.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like cabbage and Thai seasoning, fish sauce. You can do pork if you want in the middle, or if you're vegetarian, you don't have to. A little bit of soy sauce, stuff like that. So that seasoning, you stuff it in this like sticky kind of dough.
Yeah.
And then you put it in the bamboo steam baskets, and you let the steam cook them. And when they cook, they go from like a tiny little golf ball to like fluffy softballs, and they're shiny, so they look sticky on the outside, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be weird, but then you eat it and it's like the most pillowy, great fluffy goodness, and then you get to the center and it's just like even better, because all of that, the bread, it doesn't get soggy. Like all the bread just kind of soaks in the flavor and doesn't get soggy, which is really awesome. So if you guys ever go to Mayway, try a steamed dumpling or not a steamed dumpling, a steamed bun if you've never had one, because they're amazing. And I could literally gorge myself on all their dumplings because I'm a dumpling fan.
So,
sorry.
The point, no, it's okay. The point being that it's one of a kind thing right here, right now. There are, like you said, other restaurants that do some ramen things, but not an actual ramen restaurant. So, just because it's not on 4th Street or Trade Street or Liberty Street, doesn't mean that it's not going to be accessible.
Right.
Chestnut Street is one street over from Main Street.
Yeah.
Actually, two.
Well, and they'll
streets
probably have better parking. Hey, guys, guess what? Better freaking parking.
over. Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, all these restaurants downtown, great, fantastic. But the parking sucks.
Yeah.
And everybody's too lazy to walk.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
Yeah.
Tim knows I walk all the time. If I don't have my car, which I normally don't,
Yeah.
I walk all the time. And it's not a big deal to me because I know a bunch of places. The only part that I hate walking around is freaking past the bus station to the corner of 4th where CVS is because you get catcalled all day. You could look like a hot ass mess and they're still going to tell you how fine you are.
It's because they want you to give them money.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to do that. So,
Yeah.
But parking. That honestly, like, first off, it's a niche place with ramen, and there's probably going to be better parking. So you guys really have no excuse.
That's true. No excuse not to go.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm going to talk with him hopefully this week about coming on very soon.
Next week.
I'll see if he can do it this week.
Come on, best friend. Come on this week.
But we'll talk more about it. Then he wants to talk about the mission of the restaurant. He wants to talk about the name. There's a meaning behind it.
Nice.
So, yeah. So I want to make sure that gets out there and he's
Yeah.
able to do whatever we can do to promote him.
Yeah. We're all about that.
Absolutely. And this is a reminder to our listeners that the 6th annual Burke Street Food Festival is this Saturday, April
Yep.
the 7th. 70 food trucks, beverage services. The bars on Burke will be open as well, and on 4th. There are 3 stages running all day long. The main stage, the side stage, and the Ramcat stage. So they're now doing 3, and there's some named, not like huge record people, but a lot of it is local based, but big names from around here.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Well, there's a lot of bands that have come out of Winston that are big, but they're still local and they'll still do like local things.
I don't know the price, but the VIP tickets are available for an hour's access before the trucks, to the trucks before the general public. Yeah. So, and then there'll be some public seating, but some of the bars and stuff will offer places as well.
Nice.
So for more information on that, including a new map that was just released about what trucks are going to be
Oh,
where,
okay, that's cool.
all 70 of them are listed. Go to the Burke Street Food Festival Facebook page to find out more.
This is going to be a busy weekend for Winston because not only that, we've got Comic-Con going on again. I think they did a little mini Comic-Con this past weekend, and then we've got Comic-Con going on again.
Yeah.
So, but this is the bigger one. Like, I think the little one that they did last weekend was just something with the comic book store. The comic book store just did something tiny, and I think this is the big one. So,
I think it was more of a toy
yeah.
thing
Yeah.
last week.
So, but this is going to be a nice, busy weekend, and it's supposed to snow on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Brian,
I don't think so
Brian
either.
Slocum said he said let's get this straight. He said the last time it even remotely snowed was in 2004.
Yeah.
And that was a dusting.
Oh, it changed to rain.
Yeah.
But it was supposed to be super cold, and now it's going to be in the 50s.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. I mean, Friday's supposed to be 68, Saturday's supposed to be 51 with a low of 33, and Sunday's supposed to be 55. So even though it's gross out.
And the rain, what he said was just a chance of rain. It wasn't like all day.
Yeah, it's just, I'm going off of my little emoji
Sure,
symbols on my
sure.
thing, so it just
Because he
says
addressed the snowflake, not, liberals, but the snowflake that everybody's phone weather maps were showing.
Oh, yeah. I looked this past week, and it was like 77 outside, and I looked on it, and I was like, snowflake? What the freak? No. We don't need any more of that. I'm ready for springtime. Like, I'm trying to plan what to do under my magnolia tree because we've got a massive magnolia tree in the yard. I've got hostas coming up, but I'm like, I want to plant something there, like that looks good. But
Yeah.
what grows under a tree that completely steals all the water and nutrients from the soil? Nothing. So
Right.
I've already messaged somebody and been like, hey, he's a landscaper back from where I'm from. And I'm like, do you know how to do this? So hopefully I'll get a response. If any of you guys want to put in some comments about that, little bit gardening tips, I'll take those too. I'm good at plants. It's just like what grows in something that's so like leaves falling all the time, and it's a magnolia. Like they cut half of it down because of the wires running through, so now it just looks like shit. So I just want to make the underside of it look pretty.
Okay.
And not terrible. So.
All right, so the heck with the weather. Go to the food truck festival.
Yeah, go to the food truck festival. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. It'll be a lot of fun.
Food holidays for this week. The 3rd, which is today, is National Chocolate Mousse Day.
Yum.
The 4th is International Carrot Day, National Cordon Bleu Day, and Vitamin C Day.
I do like cordon bleu a lot.
Yeah, some people get freaked out that their chicken is stuffed with ham and Swiss cheese, but
I like it.
I like all those things.
I think it's good.
So, yeah.
It's better than a turducken.
Oh, God.
A turducken is like terrifying. I had to watch them make them in house at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
It's scary. Like they debone all of the birds to get them inside of each other. And you know how much we would charge? We
cramming
charge
them up its ass, right?
We charge hundreds of dollars, and people would buy them.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The 5th is a full day of stuff. It's National Deep Dish Pizza Day,
Yum.
Molasses Day, National Caramel Day, National Raisin and Spice Bar Day, and National Burrito Day.
Okay, calm down. That's too much.
Yeah.
We should make a competition for days like that and be like,
Yeah.
anybody who eats all of these gets a free T-shirt. But we need picture proof.
Yep.
Yeah.
Video proof.
Video proof,
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
The 6th is National Caramel Popcorn Day. The 7th is World Health Day and National Beer Day, as well as National Coffee Cake Day. The 8th is National Empanada Day.
Empanadas are good.
And the 9th is National Chinese Almond Cookie Day. It's not just a cookie day. It's not just an almond cookie day. It's a national Chinese almond cookie day.
I don't even think I've ever had a national Chinese almond cookie in my life.
Me, I don't even know what that means.
No.
Back on the 6th of April in 1930, Twinkies went on sale for the first time. They originally had a banana cream filling and were sold 2 for a nickel.
I don't like Twinkies. I don't know why.
I don't go looking for them, but I don't turn them down.
Not in like Zombieland. He has to find himself a Twinkie.
Yeah.
And he finds himself snowballs.
Yeah.
I don't like freaking snowballs. I don't know. I would rather have like, I don't know. I like ding dongs, or like ho hos.
Yeah. Well.
Or Nutty Buddies.
I like Nutty Buddies.
Yeah.
Um.
Twinkies are just like so, you know, like I feel like when you eat a Twinkie, it just like dissolves into sugar in your mouth.
Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says they originally had a banana cream filling, and now it's just lard.
Why did they change it though? Like, I feel like banana cream sounds better than what is in a Twinkie right now.
Well, Twinkies were gone for, a year?
Yeah.
Because Hostess went out.
Yeah.
And then someone else bought them.
Because people were freaking out. Do you remember that?
People were hoarding them.
Yes. People were so mad. They were just like, no, Twinkies. And then, of course, somebody buys them. And then, of course, guess what? They're not out of business anymore because everybody's terrified that they're going to go out of business again.
Yeah.
Gross. Gross.
So that's your food holidays and history for this week. Thanks to James Ealer for compiling the holidays in history.
Thanks, James.
The Man Who Ate the Town podcast is part of the Less Desirables Podcast Network. Along with this podcast, you can listen to Less Desirables, Beer Dads, Fan Interference, and Sipping and See the Art of Drinking. You can find all these podcasts and their latest episodes on our network website and directory, tldpodnetwork.com. If you have the Amazon Echo or Echo Dot, you can enable the AnyPod skill and ask Alexa to have AnyPod play The Man Who Ate the Town podcast.
Anytime.
We would greatly appreciate if you visit our sponsors. First, Washington Perk and Provision Company. The Perk is located at 301 West 4th Street in downtown Winston-Salem. Someone said the other day there was no place to get a cheap sandwich in town on the downtown.
We have talked about this.
I'm like, you guys are ridiculous. Go to the Washington Perk.
Yeah.
You can get basically anything you want on a sandwich, on any kind of bread that you want, and it's usually under $5.
Maybe people don't know where it is in there.
It might not.
If you go to the register, go past the register, past the coolers with like the dairy products and
Waters.
drinks and stuff, and there's going to be a little counter with tile on it, and that's where you get your sandwiches. Because I think in the other location it was a little easier to see.
It was when you walked in.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But this one is a little harder. So walk to the back, like that's, and sometimes there's not anybody there because they're stocking. They're doing multiple jobs.
Yeah.
So, but they always pay attention to that counter. So that's where the counter is. If you go back, not towards the coffee, go around the L and just keep going back to the counter.
Yeah, when you go in the front door, pick a direction to the left or to the right, but still go straight back.
Yeah.
And that will be towards the deli
Yep.
counter.
Yep.
So in addition to that, they have Larry's Beans Coffee. They have eggs, milk, and cheese from Homeland Creamery. They have condiments, bread, beer, and wine. Perk has all of that. Washington Perk is better than a convenience store, but not quite a grocery store. Again, they're located at 301 West 4th Street in downtown Winston-Salem. On Facebook, they are Washington Perk. On Twitter, they are Washington_Perk. And on Instagram, they are Washington Perk _WSNC. So, and I don't have any of that written down. I just know that one. Also,
I forget.
the Humblebee shop is located at 1003 Brookstown Avenue in the west end of downtown. Visit her for cookies, cakes, pies, muffins, scones, macarons. They have everything there. So it's all carefully crafted and made 100% from scratch. The Humblebee shop wants to challenge your perception of scratch made and leave you with an experience you couldn't possibly forget. For more information, follow them on Facebook and visit thehumblebeeshop.co, and shop is spelled SHOPPE.co. Yeah, and they are on Instagram as well as Humblebee Shop. So check them out. Look at the things that she's doing, because it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything you want to talk about? No?
No, I think it's good. It's been a busy week for food.
Yeah. Maybe next week, if we have time, I'll talk about the pierogies that I made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least I tried to make. I did make them, and they were okay, but there was a hitch, and I'll talk to about that if I have time.
They're not easy to make, I'll tell you that.
No. All right, keep an eye on the blog and this podcast to find out more about the food news and happenings around town. If you have any food news or questions, like John did,
yes,
send an email to tim@themanwhoatethetown.com or kelly@themanwhoatethetown.com. Like us on Facebook. On Twitter, we are Man Who Number 8 The Town. And on Instagram, we are Man Who Ate the Town. My name is Tim.
And I'm Kelly.
And we are now closing this recipe box. Until next time, thank you for reading. Thank you for listening. Bon appetit.
Ciao.
The views and opinions stated by me or any of my guests are solely those of ours and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of our hosting companies, distributors, enemies, friends, or relatives. This podcast is copyrighted and cannot be reproduced or distributed without express written consent of the Man Who Ate the Town, that's me, and Such Limited Inc. However, if you ask nicely, we'll probably let you.